Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile, Atlas of Worlds, Essence League. Today we're gonna run the dungeon map, but patch 2.4.1 has landed upon us and it introduced a new MTX which is relevant, the Dragon Totem. So let's have a look at this shiny new totem. It's a dragon with a cannon in its mouth, and when it shoots it actually has a bit of a cannon pop sound to it. I've applied it to the Shockwave Totem because that one triggers rather often, so it's really nice and satisfying. For the Searing Bond we continue using the Ziggurat because I really like just how those crystals bounce up. They look so happy almost. And Righteous Fire, only when it activates does it actually trigger shoot, and then the cannon will fire, and after that it's just sitting there, so it felt like a little bit of a waste for the specific skin. But without further ado, let's get on with a dungeon map. Tier 4, it's got increased monster variety, monsters have extra cold resistance, they poison on hit, and the unique boss does more damage and it extra attacks and casts faster. So let's have some fun with this. On top of that, the dungeon sits nicely inside of the sextant area. This is a legacy sextant. Areas are inhabited by one additional invasion boss. They did overhaul the sextants quite a bit. A lot of mods fell off, new mods are possible. Now the old ones still persist, but you just can't roll them anymore. So we're gonna use this for now, and then after that we might find new ones, we might apply them, we shall see. Let's get murdering.
A penitentiary for those who are not penitent is nothing more than an inn for the evil.
Let's have a look and see our new Shockwave Totem with the dragon scale in all its glory. You really see it shooting from its mouth. It looked kind of funny. Just wiggling, shooting, just murdering things. So a lot of things changed in patch 2.4.1, but none of them were relevant to our build. At least that's how I interpreted the patch notes. So that's it's nice and easy when your build doesn't get changed because of any kinds of concerns. So it's, we're just gonna continue as before. Hey, I see an essence over there. Let's go. You be burnt. So what are we gonna get? Wailing Essence of Anguish. So 1, 2, 3. Be cursed. And be murdered. And that's the very first time we got ourselves an Anguish. So what does an Anguish do? It adds fire damage to spells on one-handed weapons. That could potentially be interesting. We do use fire damage, though the guaranteed +1 to sock that fire gems is rather useful. It does give us an alternative option. For gloves it's fire damage to attacks. Body armor it's fire damage, chance to avoid it when hit. Same for shields. Other armor parts it's only the chance to avoid being ignited. Quiver is fire damage to attacks. Belt is the same as armor, just a chance to avoid being ignited. And other jewelry is fire damage to attacks. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but it's all centered around fire. And this is a tier 4. But eventually we will catch them all. First fire on barrels. Barrels do a little bit of damage. Had our panic, cosmic damage taken, trigger. I think this worked really well if you actually shoot projectiles. Flame blast or no, the flame thrower totem, flame totem. Something like a fireball totem or something that actually spews forth from its mouth. Spell Totem with Fireball with the dragon skin, that could potentially get very interesting. very thematic, just dragons all over. For us though, yeah, monsters were poisoning, right? Yeah, we don't want to get hit. Also, Drollscar, who are you? Oh yeah, invasion boss, right? Yeah, inhabited by an additional invasion boss. So, not the boss, but it is the boss. Or a boss. But we dispatched it without too much of a fuss, nonetheless. So the dungeon, as far as I recall, is a recycled old tier 1 map bumped to tier 4. And we might face the warden. And again, no, they could have changed it. We shall see what it will bring us. But there used to be a warden of sorts guarding the previous one. Okay. Going around this a little bit scatterbrained. Well, we're just gonna stick to the left hand wall from now on. And eventually we will have to backtrack a little bit to get to a corner. The chances are that stuff in the bottom right corner is where the actual boss is gonna be, because that's often how my luck rolls with maps. It's the little bit of the map that I failed to explore. That is where the boss ends up residing. Also, stop throwing bombs at me, because you also do damage. Now we're still going strong. As long as we don't roll face tanky demons, they're doing pretty darn well. The fact that the totems draw most of the attention and not us definitely helps. On top of that, of course, we're running a rather defensive build, a lot of regen, a lot of armor. Speaking of a lot of armor, I just upgraded my boots. They used to be 200 something armor, now they're nearly 400. And with a nice mix of resist and some movement speed. So we are now moving at plus 25% movement speed rather than at no bonus to movement speed. Because our old boots were lacking a little bit in that regard. So that should help us get out of danger more quickly, though on balance it's probably going to help us get into danger more quickly as well. Because I roll that away. Eternal Burgonets, I believe we might get ourselves an upgrade in that. Okay, you are Heralds of the Obelisk. Yes. Stop trying to melee. More Heralds, yeah. Okay, everything in that room is dead now. There as well. Okay, they did manage to kill the golem. And we seem to have reached the top side of the map here. Yes, clear. Wait, no, there's some wiggle room there. Let's double check before we check out. Indeed. Getting slightly better at spotting weird map layout things. Now, of course, we always have to have something to complain about, and the minimap being not clear, definitely the stuff of legends. Hello, gut spikers. Yeah, works pretty well. Okay. I have to say, so far this map is pretty doable. I mean, monsters don't really hit us, so the poison is not really relevant. Our totems have a gazillion points of life, so they can handle it as well. We haven't encountered the boss yet, and just increased monster variety is just a nice change of pace. So we are getting our increased quantity basically for free, though I haven't encountered the boss yet. So it might be a little bit unfair, because it could be that indeed the boss just ruffle stomps us out of here. At least we have cleared this side of the map. We can't progress any further. So now wait, continue. Oh, that's it. Almost makes me wish like I really did have a projectile in here just to have the dragon shoot stuff. Okay, looks like we're going towards the boss area. That often has some windy stairs. Opening. Interesting. Usually it's called an arena of sorts. Ominous. You know what? We'll put up a portal here just in case and we proceed. Okay, this definitely looks wardeny. Got spikers and indeed. Let's hide items. And deal with penitentiary incarcerator. You know what? You summon skeletons. I summon skeletons. But the thing is, I've got more than you. Nah. Whoa, 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 whoa. So that was an interesting combination of a massively powerful hit followed up by poison. My chaos resistance is still a -40. So poison, it applies 20% of the total damage, or 10% of the damage per second over 2 seconds. 40% more damage means it's gonna hit a little harder than that. So he spiked for, what was it, like 3000 life? And about 10% of that, 300, up by another 40%. So that's about 500 damage more that was just ticking off per second. So if you only have 1000 life remaining, then it really looks pretty darn scary. Luckily, insta heal flask for the win. Well, we're not there yet. We did defeat. Oh, I hit items. Let's maybe pick up our loot. And then we can continue. But instant heal flasks definitely useful. Getting some more chaos resistance also more useful, but harder to come by. Especially when most of your gear is in a pretty decent shape. It's really hard to wiggle in some more chaos resist, but eventually we will get there. And until then, poison is just gonna be painful. Does keep the game more interesting though. Oh, and once things stop shooting, might as well empty our pockets a little bit because we can't pick up anything else. Zana still not talking to us. Still have to find her in the map, do a quest for her to actually get some experience, reputation, whatever you want to call it with her. So she will start talking to us. Bit of a... Though on the one hand I'm happy that at least she's here. On the other hand it's really just annoying that you can't do anything with her until you randomly encounter her. I think it would be really nice if she would start giving you dailies. Then at least you have a way of getting reputation. Because now it's... No, it's just taunting at this point. Ooh, that's a very nice confined room that we can just fill with totems and just murder the heck out of them. Didn't, so walk around here. Ooh. More stuff that's just hidden in a room. Here, have a totem, another totem. Like that. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, now we open the door and pick up the loot. Can be a pretty safe way of getting loot here. Does it actually reach through? No, it doesn't. Okay. That's good, I guess. It would be a bit exploitative otherwise. Also, it seems like we have to backtrack quite a bit in order to get to the next part. Or to get back to the beginning. But there's more than 50 mobs remaining, so it's gonna be worth our while. It's not gonna be just 3 drunken zombies hidden in a corner with a bottle of beer. It'll be slightly more than that. And there. And there. Boom. Whoa. That definitely hurts. Well, they are zombies, so they do hurt. Supposed to hurt. Slow, lumbering, and they shouldn't be able to catch you. And you got some kind of chieftain that thinks it's a good idea to walk into the room. That went better. Interesting, Colosseum plates. Yeah, it's too low level, but 4 sockets plus 2 would be interesting. Okay, wow, rapier. Let's just kill this rare. Yeah. The combo is functioning pretty well with the Shockwave Totem drawing things in. And Righteous Fire Spell Totem just burning whatever it gets drawn in. And Searing Bond acting as just a bit of a ranged attack almost. Which you get for free, so it really, it's a bonus, but it is a bonus that does 8,700 damage over time, damage per second, which is not too shabby. How is this done? I believe there's door here. No, boo. Yes. I don't believe there is a way that we can get through. I have to backtrack a little bit. More than 50 mobs remaining still, so we really did miss quite a bunch. On the other hand, we do have large packs with these zombies and skeletons. Well, this is my punishment for not paying enough attention in the beginning to where I was going. Just to focus on showing off the new MTX. I think that is going to be the last wave. On the other hand, no, we didn't spend too much time backtracking, just bits and pieces here and there. And there's the door, yes. Ooh, there's a couple spiders in the back that we overlooked. That worked pretty well. Not really using Prophet Crowns, so just ignoring that one. And 13 more mobs remaining. Where could they hide? Ah, here. And they're all spiders. There, and I think there were a couple of there as well. One. Who will the last be? Yeah, man. Yeah, Spidey, Spidey, Spidey. I think that might be the one spider that did get away. So, that was a pretty good field test, I think, for a new dragon totem and for exploring the dungeon. So, that one has been checked off. So, next one unlocked is the dunes. We didn't find any dunes, which is unfortunate, but we will overcome that. So next up is going to be the graveyard, the other tier 4, and after that we are indeed going on to tier 5s. Oh, we also have a villa over here, that's a tier 4, so there's a couple more tier 4s. Makes me wonder, there's only one tier 4 connected over here, and this one has multiple tier 4s. Oh, well, we'll see. For now, I think this has been enough. So, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.